We haven't even started.
Oh my god.
And we just ran out of popcorn. This is the perfect time to make this video.
Yeah.
Because
Bruh.
I'm done with this. That's twice it happens. All right, like I was saying, today's the perfect time to do these Q&As. We've been procrastinating on them because it's just been hectic. But I think today's the perfect day because we feel some type of way today, or at least I do.
Yeah. One day it's you, one day it's me.
It's been an emotional roller coaster for me today. I don't know why. It's just one of those days. It just kind of hit me. So why not make this video happen today? It's easy to do it on a good day. Mm-hmm. But I see this more of this is, like I said, this is our journal, our diary, but in video format. I was kind of surprised we didn't get that many questions, and I think we posted it on just the way social media works. I think we did it on a Saturday. Was it on a Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a Friday.
It was a bad timing when we posted it. There's a certain way Instagram works. There's a certain time, so
yeah, it's
all right. I think the questions we have are perfect. All right, so the first one is, what's the hardest part of taking care of a special needs child? I think it'd be best for you to answer that one because you're just better at taking care of Abel.
So are you. I think the hardest part is that you have to lay all your desires, lay them down. Like, for example, there's no room to be selfish, I guess.
So you got to kind of have to put your emotions to the side.
Yeah. Like, say, oh, babe, I'm going to go eat dinner with my friends. Mm-hmm. I can't because, I obviously think of you, but the first person I think of is Abel.
Right.
We have a set morning routines and night routines that come with Abel, and
we don't clock out.
No, it's always constantly 24/7, and every parent is like that, I believe. But I feel like when it comes to Abel, his plan of care is so hands-on. Like, we constantly have to be on the lookout for him.
For me, it's doing it every day because I know that I don't see. It's like
you don't see a finish line. Okay, I only have to do it until this day.
Until this day, you're just doing it every single. It's the same routine.
Yeah.
Same routine. You don't even know if we're even seeing improvement because we see it every day.
Yeah.
And so that to me is one of the most difficult things. I want to ask the next question.
Yeah.
I want to keep moving because I don't want to hang on too long.
Question number 2.
What are some helpful things people can do for you or help you wish you could ask for? I struggle with that question.
It's always when you need help, you're like, man, I wish somebody was here to help. But then when you get asked that question, it's like, dang, that's hard.
I struggle with that question because we live in a time that, at least me personally, we don't know how to ask anymore.
Yeah.
We don't know how to say, you know what? I am struggling. I do need a hand, because everybody's so caught up with their life. Everybody's busy. Everybody is doing something.
Yeah.
But what are some helpful things people can do for us? One of the biggest thing I think is washing their hands.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
That's huge. Germs are so critical for us. But something that will limit the burdens from us, that's a tough question. I don't know if there's something you can think of because there's so many things I wish I had help for.
I would say even sometimes just having someone to talk to. Just talk with, just come over, just have a conversation, a simple conversation, because many times our day revolves around
just us.
Abel, and just us.
These 4 walls.
And majority of the weekends we spend them just three of us.
And we're in here all day.
And I feel like some people misunderstand the whole isolation thing. Many people are like, oh no, they're in isolation. We need to completely not talk to them, avoid connection with them. But no, I think
this is the time when we need them the most.
Yeah, I think, for us, isolation means, okay, if you're going to come over, let us know, maybe a day in advance, a few hours in advance, and please make sure you're not sick. That's literally what isolation means. Our family can still come over as long as nobody is sick.
Yeah.
Because we need company. It gets lonely.
The Bible says we're not meant to be alone in this world.
But yeah, it gets lonely some days, and I feel like, anyway, back to that, a lot of people misinterpreted.
Misinterpret? I don't know.
Misunderstood us when we said we're going into isolation. And another way people can help us is, a lot of times I focus too much on cleaning and making meals that I just kind of leave Abel in his own little world because I have to.
There's still other things that take place.
Yeah.
Washing clothes, washing dishes, making food. What are we gonna have for the whole week for lunch?
Grocery shopping.
Everything.
Sometimes impossible.
Every single thing that it's heavy on us, and even as now in the winter, as we are more isolated, it's a difficult position to be in because we need people, and that's something hard for me to say even right now. I do need people. I know we're not supposed to anchor to people, and I don't depend on. I'm way past the having an expectation on people, but we do need people. We need a village that's gonna. I mean, just a phone call. How are you guys doing? Hey, I just stopping by to send you guys a meal. I mean, every parent that has special needs know what we're speaking about. And some of us are open about that we do need help. And others are screaming inside that SOS, I need help. I think that's one of the biggest help, if that makes any sense. So I think we answered that one pretty effectively and
thoroughly.
It's crazy. I haven't really read the questions until now. So it's kind of hidden me. There's another question said, does Abel have a final diagnosis or multiple? He has 32?
About, yeah. He has about 32 many diagnoses. And,
so many.
He has, obviously, prematurity, chronic lung disease, adrenal insufficiency, hypothyroidism.
JIA, juvenile idiopathic arthritis.
That's like his newest one. That
MAS.
I forgot about that one.
Macrophage activating syndrome.
Those two they just barely discovered like a few months back.
There's
like the reflux thing.
Oh yeah, the fundoplication. Well, that's surgery, but he has difficulties with his feeding.
And developmental delays.
There's
more that I can't even think of from the top of my head.
Yeah. It's in total it's about 32. Yeah. Why did all these things come in?
The cause of them?
All the cause, yeah, it's definitely...
Well, I feel like most of them are from being born premature.
Very tiny.
And the JIA, they don't know why he has it or what. They don't think it's from him being premature because they just discovered it a few months back in his body. So
makes sense.
That's why it's called idiopathic, unknown cause. And that's very frustrating, but...
has this experience affected any decision or plans on any future babies?
Absolutely. Obviously, when we got married, we wanted a big family. I initially wanted 6 kids. Right? I think we need to heal first from this.
And just read my mind. That's exactly what I was going to say. We just need to
heal from this
trauma.
And then we could get pregnant.
Will we ever completely erase this trauma? No. I think we will definitely find a peace from it.
Yeah, and I think we've been walking in that healing journey, and it hasn't been the most beautiful one. It's actually, the healing journey is not pretty at all.
Yeah,
it's very vulnerable and ugly and messy. But I think, yes, we want more kids. We do. Yeah. I want more kids, but it's that we're definitely not closing the door of having more children. That's my anxiety of like getting pregnant again, is it happening to me again. And I experienced something scary. Preeclampsia is something not to play around with, and it truly traumatized me, and it scared the life out of me. And I feel like if I were to get pregnant now, I definitely wouldn't be ready mentally.
But it also prepared you for the next pregnancy. Gives you a stronger mentality.
Yeah, like
how to plan out.
Whenever we, get to that season of, hey, I think we're ready to have another kid, I definitely want to be healthier physically and
mentally,
emotionally, and like I was saying, we're walking the season of healing, and I think that's what we need is healing, and we're not there yet, to be honest.
Not a question, but my daughter's special needs, and it's definitely changed our life as well. Yeah, definitely changes our lives for the good, but in the midst of it, it feels like a everlasting pain, an everlasting storm.
Yeah.
But it definitely will get better. But thank you for sharing that. We are believing with you guys that God gives us strength, because I don't know how we do it on the daily. Someone said, did you know Abel would have problems during this pregnancy? Did we know? No.
Everything was going great.
Everything
up until my 25. No, actually, I think I started having problems when I was 24 months because I kept going to the doctor saying I didn't feel good, and I think they just thought it was my diet, that I just needed to change my diet, which I did. I didn't eat the healthiest.
Yeah, but it's not your fault.
No, and that's something I've come to tell myself, that there was nothing I could do to avoid this. And but one doctor, she did say that he was measuring smaller than usual than what 6 months baby should look like. But other than that, like nothing.
Yeah, else. I don't think we definitely. I mean, this happened so fast. We were on our way to the beach.
It happened.
And I mean, in the blink of an eye, our lives changed for forever. And so, no, I don't think we did not expect this.
No, we were not aware of any problems.
I think when hardship comes, we're never really prepared.
No.
And so somebody else said, I can't imagine this undertaking. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Yes.
That means a lot to us when people, not that we want people to see it, but when people say you guys are doing a great job, because a lot of things we do nobody sees. Sometimes we just feel like we're just going through the motion and no progress. So thank you for that. That means a lot.
Okay, do y'all ever feel like giving up? Absolutely.
I'm not saying I always feel like giving up. There's days where we're on a mountain top. There's days where the mountain's on top of us. There's eventually a time, at least in the week, I feel like giving up. That voice, give up, give up, give up. Don't get me wrong. The Lord is my strength. But some days I've threw in the towel and said I'm done. And then God throws it back. There's other days where I can't even pick up my cross. I'm so tired. You pick it up for me. And then there's other days where
it switches. It's me.
Where it's you. And so that's the power in marriage. When you guys are when you're in the same page, we're able to lift each other up. And I'm gonna read something I wrote last week, and I just want to leave it. I want to make this video end with. I want this video to end with some positivity and just strength in us. And so, do you ever feel like giving up?
I do. Basically, kind of what you said. Especially on bad days where we can't seem to reach the peak of the mountain, or you don't think you ever will. You constantly think that this is gonna be a forever thing. Like some days I just want to drop everything and just like wishing I could just lay in my bed just with the cover over my head and just do nothing, just give up. But then I'm like,
what keeps you going? I'm gonna ask you that question. Every day you wake up, what keeps you going?
I think the love for my family keeps me going, and the love for life, because I do love life. I feel very blessed and thankful that God has given us health and life. And just, I think what keeps me going most is that I feel like God is telling me, Britt, this is not going to be forever. This is just a season that you're walking. Even though my circumstances look like they look like they're going to be forever, I know in my spirit that this is just for a moment. And better days are coming.
They will. And I definitely agree with that.
So I get up in the morning, I'm like, okay, this is another day I got to cross out. I got to get through. I got to keep strong. And some days I don't keep strong. And it's okay to feel sad. And it's okay to grieve what we've been through.
Yeah.
we don't give each other time to grieve, and that's something very important for your emotional health.
God knows the depths of our hearts, and that could be a very good thing, and that could be a very scary thing, because he knows the depths of our hearts. There's nothing we can hide from what we feel deep inside. And I think as a church, we fail to, we feel like, that's one thing I've learned in this season, is it's okay to be angry at God. It's okay to feel like God is being unfair, and you keep getting hit left and right with all these circumstances. But God is not offended by how you feel. God is God. So no matter what you feel, it doesn't change who he is. If we feel like God is not going to show up, you better speak it to God. You better say, God, I don't feel like you're going to show up. How come you showed up for Lazarus? How come you showed up for Moses? How come you showed up? How come Jesus rose on the third day? Let me see that spirit come over my family. The same spirit that rose Jesus on the third day. I want to see that, but why haven't I seen that? And I'm angry at you. Why have you forsaken me? God is not offended by that. And that's the same thing Jesus did at the cross. Why have you forsaken me? It's okay to feel that way. That gave us a reassurance that we can feel that way. And so I wanted to read one thing that I wrote here about a month ago. And I said, Sometimes I feel like I won't see the promise. Sometimes as I get asked by people, how are you doing? With a smile on my face, I say I'm great. Because God didn't give us a spirit of fear, right? But sometimes I'm just scared. Like the more I seek, the more I can't see. I'm screaming internally. I'm so afraid. Why doesn't no one understand me? All my prayers have been, I don't understand what you're doing, God. I know you're here, but I don't feel you. I just want you to know. I just want to know it's going to get better. What was prophesied to my family won't go void. God, I'm trying, I promise. Just hold me like I was held when I was a baby. People would judge me by the way I express myself to you, but you won't. You are not offended by my words. You know the depths of my heart. I know you won't leave us hanging. What was promised will be fulfilled. And when that day comes, the whole world will know your name. This is the part that I didn't want to leave out. I want to end it with this because I feel like this is our reminder that why we're where we're at. God is getting ready to unleash and unlock us. Our ministry came through pain, brokenness, isolation, so God can use us to heal people from abnormal rare diseases. Alfredo&Brithzy, I called y'all to lay hands on people with rare conditions so they could encounter rare healings. That just gives me chills every time I read that. And I remember writing this in the hospital, and this was back in May. And so when I wrote what I wrote before and I read that, I was reminded that he sees us, and we have to be surrounded by this to see healing by this. So just like Jesus had to become sin to overcome sin, we have to become sick. We have to be surrounded by sick to see the healing. Just like people that go to rehab or mental hospitals. When you go into a mental hospital, you're surrounded by other people with mental illnesses. People with mental illnesses heal from other people with mental illnesses. People in rehab heal from other people that are addicted to things as well. And so, yeah, I don't know what else to say, but
that's good.
I feel like that released a lot of what I feel inside. I don't know where I went with what I just read and spoke about, but one day we'll look back at this video and say, God, you knew what you were doing even when we didn't. I guess we'll end it here. We try not to look at the video or at the camera too much because cameras freak me out sometimes. It's always good. I'm always behind it. So being in front of a camera, it's always scary. So I've learned what helps me is just looking at each other like we're just talking. And you guys just get to be a part of it. So it's like if you're sitting with us.
You're part of the conversation.
So I hope you enjoyed this Q's and A's.
Q's and A's.
Or I hope you enjoyed this
Q&A's.
Q&A's or whatever. What is Q's and A's? Because it's questions
Q's and A's.
and answers. Yeah, keep praying for us. Please pray for us. Pray for strength. And if anybody watching, don't be afraid to reach out. If there's anything that we can pray about as well, let's pray for each other. We're going through it, but I'm sure you guys are going through something as well. God is in control. Don't give up. Thank y'all for watching. Hopefully we're in a different season and we do another one of these. And
Yeah.
yeah.
These are fun.
So, alrighty.
Thank you guys.
Bye.